Well, it's day one of what I expect to be about a 4-day backpacking trip. I'm just making my way in here now, just actually coming, if you can see it. Just going by the first Y in the road here. That road takes you off into the Shattuck Lake pit. I'm just continuing in along the edge of the pit here and starting my way up the old road that leads its way up to Square Fork. So I figure that'll take me probably about an hour and a half, maybe two, to get up there. No rush, just take your time. Sure, stepping where it's good to step and stay away from injuring yourselves. So we're just kind of coming out of the Shattuck Lake pit area, getting into the old growth forest. This is an old road here. Hasn't been used in a while. Four-wheelers and ATV use it, but the trail now starts to go up along the river. Kind of hard to see down there, but it's about 100 feet down. But up here in the bank you can hear it just as loud as can be. But this is where we kind of get into the nice backpacking as we get into the old growth forest area, and just a nice trail for walking on. And check back in later. We've got first probably major or minor obstacle coming up here in about probably 10 minutes. There's an old washout where a culvert's been washed out, and I'm pretty sure I can get around it without having to change into water shoes, but we'll find out because I've only crossed it in the four-wheeler and didn't really pay attention when I was going across. So we're just coming up on our first minor obstacle, I guess. It's the old culvert that washed out, but I'm hoping where the actual culvert is, you can cross by foot easily, but otherwise the section where the four-wheelers go across is a little tricky and slippery, but we'll have a look-see here. It's a beautiful day. It's about 24-25 degrees Celsius out, just a light breeze, a few bugs but not many. That's where the trail wheeler, four-wheeler goes here, I guess, and down and crosses right there. But we're gonna have a look-see what this looks like. So we have the old washed up culvert, a few rocks. Oh well, I got some logs there. Might be able to get down across, but looks like it might be easier going up over here. I think that's the plan. We'll give it a try, see how I make out. A bit of mud. Make our way around. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. So, holding the camera with one hand and poles with the other. Hopefully it works out for the best. These dark rocks are known to be extremely slippery. I wiped out the other day on them, crossing over Whitney Brook. Oh well, not that bad. Some spring runoff here. That's the best way through here, maybe this way. Oh, a little bit mucky, but not bad. Oh well, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Keep going. We should probably be at Square Forks another half an hour, 45 minutes, I think. Check in then. So here we are upon another minor obstacle on the verge of minor, major. It's all flooded on this side here. It's all dammed up by the beavers, so this side is not looking good. There might be a path in through there, get across, but I'm thinking this side might be the better bet. I got a beaver dam section here. Might be able to go below a little bit. Might be able to skirt the dam section and stay dry and get out the other end, but it goes around the turn for a little bit, probably another 100 feet. And it's fairly deep. Came through it on the four-wheeler when I was checking out the trails, but I'll make my way around. So I just came to a fork in the road, so to speak. Kind of switch the camera around maybe and see. Anyways, yeah, maybe you can see behind me, I guess. So do not enter. So there's a barrier here where the road comes to a halt. There's a trail you can get around it here with the four-wheeler, but not part of my path. But this will go down over the hill and actually give you a chance to see the actual square fork. So I'll go down and go up a set of stairs, show you the pulley cart that they use to get across to get to the pools on this side, and I'll walk you out to the point and show you where the north branch and the south branch of the Sevogle actually meet. So away I go down the hill. I'm gonna bring some lunch with me as well, so bottle of Gatorade and a peanut butter and jam sandwich. Sit beside the river and have myself a snack. Talk to you again soon. So I ditched the backpack at the top of the hill, and I'm now down to the bottom and come to the end of the old road here, where we actually have a set of staircase and an old pulley cart system that they use to come across the river from Square Forks Fishing Lodge. So this takes you up the hill to a plateau where you can actually see the forks, but I'll show you the old cable line here. Up to that big steel post back there, but comes out to a pulley system so they can pulley yourself across from the other side. I don't know if you can see it or not. This is where the fishing lodge is, which we'll see when we get up the hill here. So the stair steps here are not in great shape. There's a few of them missing, so you have to be careful and take your time. Oh, actually it looks like they might have fixed it since last week. Oh yeah, new one there. Here we go. Woo. Should probably be watching where I'm stepping rather than watching the camera, but so we're up at the top. Beautiful. Up above here you can see down across where the cable car heads over. Square Forks Fishing Lodge. This here would be North Branch Sevogle, running down from, that would be upriver, running down in this direction here to downriver. Take a walk up and right to the point. We can actually see where the south branch comes in and hits it head on, and they both turn 90 degrees and head down to the Miramichi. So I'm coming up to the actual forks. You can see here, that's the south branch of Sevogle there. We walk. Yeah, no, there's fishing lodge over there. Walk down and look, see. There we can see. That's South Branch Sevogle. Oh, we got somebody in fishing in the pool. And then upriver. Again, North Branch. Beautiful country. Again, see the big rock face over here. It's quite a big gorge once you get into Sevogle here in many different places. Any chance we see this guy hook something maybe? Sandwich down for a second here. I can zoom in a bit for you. So that's a south branch. So on my way out, I'll have to hike up the south branch and cross over it on probably tomorrow or the next day. Anyways, that's all for now. I'm gonna sit down and have my sandwich and enjoy the view. We follow the trail up along the bank It actually takes you back down the main branch of Sevogle. If you follow down here far enough, you'll actually come to the first pool called Claire's Pool. So I thought I'd take you down over the hill and we could check it out. So I'm about 10 minutes up the north branch of Sevogle. Trail kind of goes through the woods and then meanders the way back down to the riverside. Just coming down here to show you that you can walk down here. There's an old crossing where you can actually physically cross the river here, and I'm going to switch cameras. So you can see here the trail comes down, crosses over onto the side, and actually right across the other side, you can barely see it, but at the top of that little hill there's a trail, which is actually the trail that I'll be following back out tomorrow or the next day. So if you wanted to do half the Sevogle loop, you could actually cross the river right here and catch the trail exactly on the other side, and it would probably cut the whole trail in half. I don't know if I can see up to the falls from here or not. Nope, but I'm going to walk up the trail a little bit further and then I'll give you a quick view of the falls before I head on up along the river gorge. So we've been climbing up elevation there probably for the last 20 minutes or so, and now we're kind of up on a plateau up here. It's all lichen, white lichen, and you can see we're kind of in a big steep gorge here. See how close I can get without getting too close, but rock cliffs on the other side and the river's down there, probably about 100 feet down there. Went by some rapids there about 5 minutes ago. You could hear them quite loudly, but it was quite thick brush trying to get to the edge. But here's a little more open. You can get over pretty close and see. Down there. But we'll just follow this plateau for quite a ways, and then probably another kilometer or so we're going to veer off into the woods and up through our first major bushwhack up to a clear cut. So it should be fun with a backpack on. We'll find out shortly. So we're kind of getting into some closed off trails here. There's been probably 5, 6, 7 large blowdowns across the trail that don't allow any four-wheelers or ATVs up any further. Nobody's cut them. I don't think they've been anybody up here in four-wheel in quite a few years. You can tell that we're down to kind of just a narrow beaten path that's slowly growing in. A lot of brambles make it difficult to walk with poles because it's hard to move them forward. They seem to want to get caught up, but you can see that getting close to the end of the old trail section, and I'm assuming I'm going to end up into a bushwhacking section out to the nearest clear cut coming up real soon. And as you can see, it's starting to get pretty thick. So as you can see, the old footpath is slowly growing in. It's becoming overgrown, and I reached the point actually where, oh yeah, I see pink ribbons. So this indicates this is where I am starting my bushwhack. So I got one here, I got one here. So changing direction, we're heading up through here now and to the clear cut to catch a clear cut road to take us up to the end of another clear cut road that will take us down into Doris Camp Brook. So let's have a look, see what it likes to be bushwhacking it. Oh, a little bit of a climb. Off we go. Follow the pink ribbons. Guess we're heading that way. Well, just coming out of that clear cut back there behind me. Those flies are plentiful. That was brutal. Now I'm just coming onto a set of clear cut roads that'll take me over to another section of bushwhacking to take me into Doris Camp Brook. If I can get through there and to the other side, that'll get me up to Crookshanks for tonight. So we'll see how it goes. Let's take a look at the flies here. Give you an idea what the horsefly situation is like. Not bad with fly dope on, but lots of buzzing around. You wouldn't want to be out here without it. There'd be nothing left but bones by the morning. Just making it to Doris Camp Brook cutoff. Actually came from the other direction down that way. And I'm going to spin up down this way here. Figures probably half hour, 40 minutes to the brook. Probably stop there for a bit, resupply with water, and then depending if I get enough energy, I'll push on through, which will take me out into a clear cut up a road, and then I can hook up with the end of the Crookshank lease trail, which will take me to the Crookshank. Kind of hoping to get that far tonight, but I'll see how I make out going into Doris Camp Brook, because it's going to be bushwhacking and it's pretty rough going, and it's pretty hot out right now. It's about 27. Just come out of bushwhacking off the edge of the Sevogle there, and it was rough getting up into here, especially in the sun. So I'm going to sit here, have a drink of water, re-energize with some snacks, and head back out and see how far I can get. Definitely to Doris Camp Brook anyways, but if all goes well, maybe I can push on through to the other side. We'll see. I just finished some about 20 plus minutes, some serious bushwhacking coming through there, boys. It's pretty thick. Ferns are up to your chest, so you can't see where you're stepping, so you gotta be extra careful you don't twist an ankle or trip over a log. But I made it out to Doris Camp Brook, so I'm gonna switch the camera around here and we have a look around. So I just barely come out of the woods right here behind me. And you can see when you come out, you kind of come out into a bit of an aerial meadow starting. Can't see it, but right behind those bushes up there, there's a pond or a bog. But the best place to cross is up here. So we're gonna try and find our way across to the other side, and then ooh, a little boggy here. I'm gonna stop and fill up with water, I think. Or I might go up as far as Crookshanks, I'm not sure. See now, I think I'll make Crookshanks by 8 p.m. That might be the best bet. So I'm kind of to a little junction in the brook. I have to cross this section, go over through these trees here a bit, cross the other section, and then there's actually a pretty good trail on the other side, and then up to the clear cut. A little bit rough going, but again, this one's easier to follow the big trees and just make your way that way. Okay, check you out on the other side. So it's about 20 after 7 there now. Been walking up the clear cut road for about 15 minutes now, and then just as we come into the clear cut into the wooded area, started to notice some blue markers. I'm going to switch it around so you can see. So here on the side of the road, you can see we got some blue markers. As you can see in there, crown sign, blue markers. So this is the far end of the Crookshank Crown Water Lease. So I'm going to jump onto this blue trail here and follow us up to Crookshanks. Should be good going. See you up there. So it's about 7:34. Just getting up to the Crookshank trails. I actually took the wrong one the first time. It takes you down the Sevogle a bit. Got in there a little bit and I noticed that the river was running on the wrong direction for what I thought it should be, on the wrong side of me. So then I had to stop and take out look at the map on my phone and realize that I had taken the trail too early. So I got another little bit up the road here 100 meters to go to catch the next one, but in the meantime, I needed some salt. I got some leg cramps going on, so best way to fix that is to get some salt back in the body, so that's what we're going to do now. So by walking up the road another 5 minutes or so, we come to some blue flagging. See no trees back there. It's a close to it, maybe not the easiest thing to recognize, but if you're looking for it, it's here. So I guess in we go. This will work out better now that the river will be on the right side. Kind of confusing for a second, but this is an old, well-developed trail, so it's maintained because it's Crown Fishing Waters, so it'll be easy going. Should make Crookshank Camp in 10 minutes, maybe 15. So just making my way along the Crookshank Trail here. I'm gonna stop and see if you can see down the river. Kind of hard to see, it's quite a ways down. See some of the shoreline down there, but just the trail right on the edge, so you gotta pay attention and watch where you're stepping. But beautiful scenery. Oh, here we go. I'll do a little boardwalk. Since means we're getting close to Crookshank Camp. Probably just up around the corner. Crown water season, so might be somebody staying there. Might not be, but I'm gonna stop here and fill back up with water and find a campsite nearby for the night because it's 8 p.m. and sun's going down in a little over an hour. Need to get supper cooking and camp set up and go from there. Oh, there is people here. Oh well, we're just pushing on through. Well, just made it to the end of the Crookshank Trail system, the end of the Crown Lees Waters, so I'm going to step 5 feet off and set up my camp for the night. I'll give you a look and see what it looks like. We're at Cedar Pool. So again, at the end of the Blue Trail, Cedar Pool, probably head down over there shortly and get washed up, but for the time being, we're just going to jump off trail 10-15 feet in here somewhere, set up camp for the night. Looks like as good a spot as any. Check it out when we get it done. Just down at Cedar Pool, kind of the top of the lease for Crookshank, and set up a camp nearby and decided to come down the river because I'm ready for a bath. Anyways, washed up, go back, have some supper. Maybe I'll take a quick video of the campsite, let you know how it kind of fits in, no problem. Great thing about a hammock, you don't need much space, you can put a prisoner anywhere. So, from Cedar Pool at Crookshanks. I'll see you later. Morning of day 2. Beautiful morning. It was a hot, sticky night last night. What do they say? Robin Williams say it's great when you're with a woman, but it sucks when you're in the jungle because it was damp. Humidity level must have been near 100%, and I think the temperature was around 19 all night, so it wasn't a good night's sleep at all. But I'm gonna switch over to the other camera, let you know what where I ended up staying in the middle of this dense forest. It's the Blue Trail I come off of right over there, only about maybe 15-20 feet. Can't see from here. Can't see much when you're in the woods, but just give you a scan of where we're at here. So this is the pile that usually results when you're backpacking. Everything kind of comes out of the backpack, and try to keep it somewhat central, but I got Jet Pro, used to boil all my water, run MREs. I got breakfast sitting right there, coffee. My best friend is Thermocell. Get up out of the hammock in the morning and crank it up right away and get back up again 5 minutes later, and there's no bugs. You can walk around short sleeve. Same thing at night. Excellent add-on for backpacking or camping or outdoor use in general. But this is the hammock set up here. I got the tarp raised open there this morning, just airing it all out, but had it down closed last night, which actually made it even hotter. I should have got up and did this, but I didn't. There's stuff hanging on each end, airing out, so wet and damp. But that's it. Tear it all down, hit the trail. Check in with you later. All packed up, getting ready to head out on the trail. The next 1.5 kilometers is going to be bushwhacking, so it's going to be a rough one. One section a little worried about. There's a steep hill, so I might have to take off the backpack and lug it down the hill beside me. Mind me, just the flies. But I thought I'd share with you what today's plan is. So I'm going to switch to the other camera and take a look at the map. I'm not sure how well it'll turn out, but we'll try it out anyways. So here we have a map. Really hard to make it out with the reflection of light off of it, but it's all Mac taped up. But zoom in a little bit closer, we can see. So this is where I started, which is the fork in the road coming down Frankop Road, and from there I hiked in through the Shattuck Lake pit area, Shattuck Lake, yeah, and through Ketziol Road, coming on up. Zoom in here to say all the way up to here, which was Square Forks. Continued on up here, bushwhacked out into the clear cut. This was bushwhacking again, so this here is hard to tell, but this is crossing Dorse Camp Brook up and through. And then I am actually camping just above this blue dot. This is Crookshanks right here. So the goal is today, keep on going through. Got about 1.5 kilometers, I think, gets me up to the lower Groundhog Landing Pool. Cut across the road, across the bridge using the road. Follow the road system all the way down to Square Forks. Bit of a cheat there, but didn't have time to scan the rest of it. And then hopefully by the end of today, I might make my way to the end of the river crossing. But I don't know if you can make any of that out or not, but I'll know when I get home and check it out for myself. Well, I'm on the trail here. You can see all the blue trail markers. You can see some of them behind me anyways, but yeah, it's just coming up to the end of the Crookshank trail marked on the Crown Waters, and I'll be heading into the bushwhack section, so it's going to be probably an hour or something to get through it, but it's a beautiful day. It's got to be 23, 24 degrees already, clear skies. I do see the barometer is dropping and there's a chance of thunder showers this afternoon, so maybe I could be lucky enough to avoid them, but probably not. Anyways, I'll let you see what I see. So again, on the blue marker system. Beautiful day, gentle breeze, helps keep you cooled off, and here we are coming up on the end of the, here's where my flagging starts. Water, there's no fishing beyond this point. Crown Angling Lease number 15. So this is where Mark Trail ends and Pink Ribbon start. Anybody else that wants to follow the same trail, so we'll have a little look see as we go up. Pink Ribbon. You can see the Pink Ribbon up there. But this is the way we're going. So, follow the pink ribbons we do. Beautiful brook or stream, however, creates a challenge to get across. So, first time I hiked through, I think I came across these rocks. I didn't have 40 pounds on my back, so today, easier I think to get down to this ledge, to get across, and over and up and around the other side of that tree. There's still a set of small waterfalls there, another one down below. Hope it goes well. The creek, so we just come down into the highlands. We just come down 100 feet or more through here, down onto this flattening. And there's a little brook here, and I guess this is why they call it Groundhog Landing, because it's pretty well flat all the way up here to the end section of the Groundhog Landing Crown Reserve water. So I'm just gonna make my way up the side of the meadow and up to the edge of the river, and I can make my way up the trail system up to the Crown Reserve waters. Check out there, because I'm gonna stop for some lunch. I've been bushwhacking for an hour and 37 minutes. Section between Crookshanks and Groundhog Landing, and she's rough going. It's pretty thick bush and hard to make your way through, and low-hanging branches that catch the top of your backpack, but you just keep pushing through until, there. Take a turn. Little downhill segment. And there, yeah. Just like that, we're in the bush. Groundhog Landing. Woo-hoo! Gotta like that. Means the next majority of the day will be regular road and old woods road hiking. So the trail up to Square Forks is going to be mainly well-used road, not the best for hiking on, but it's a shortcut that allows me to get down to the branch, and then I will head up the South Branch about 1 kilometer from Square Forks and cross there and hook up with a trail system on the other side. So anyways, this is where lunch is going to be. I'm just going to pull up a nice spot on the shore where the breeze is good and enjoy the view. Just come out of the road from Groundhog Landing, turned left and onto Sheep House Road, and walked up maybe, I don't know, 200 meters, coming up to the bridge, crosses the North Branch Sevogle. Moving down river. nice and clear. Upriver. Water has dropped considerably over the last 2 weeks. So just crossed the bridge here again. Got a little hill here to climb, but not bad. Another maybe kilometer, and I'll be taking a left onto the Square Forks Road. Take me down to the Square Forks Fishing Lodge. From there I'll catch an old road where the actual crossing is, where if you wanted to do this hike cut in half, you could cross right at Square Forks, but I'll be cutting back into that old trail, and it'll take me upriver on the Sevogle, probably pretty near a kilometer, and I'll cross at a tight corner there and catch a trail on the other side. So I'll see you when I get there a little further. Got a grouse and a baby, and there's another one in the tree for sure. Not sure how many in the flock. I think they're just in freeze mode there now. Oh, I see the second one popped out there. Oh well, we'll just keep going here. They'll scoot up into the bush for sure. She's gonna move maybe and draw me away from the other little guy maybe. The fella right there. Yeah, she's gonna play decoy. Okay. And away they go. Well, just coming to the bottom of the hill at Square Forks. And show you the waterfalls. Hold the camera so I can actually see what's going on rather than just pointing at the ground, but so, bottom of the hill, swing left, and here you get the waterfalls. So we're just going to head down the road towards the actual fishing lodge, and just before then where the old crossing is, where I had mentioned on from yesterday that I'll spin off into the woods there and follow the old road back as far as I can, and then there's about a 400-meter bushwhack to the river, and then about a 500-meter trail up the side of the river, and then I'm going to attempt to cross there and catch the trail on the other side. Got to stop in between to get some water, and that's it. Keep on going. So we're going up the road, probably 500 meters. Just coming up on the old crossing. Rain on and off for the last hour or so, just kind of a little shower, starts, stops, nothing real heavy yet. And we need to break it with the poncho, but then we're just at the edge of the Square Forks Fleece. There's the old crossing to the other side. Again, this is where you cross if you want to do half the loop. As soon as you cross on the other side, if you keep going straight, there's no trail in the woods right here, so that's where we're headed. It's pretty good going for most of it. And about a 400-meter bushwhack out to the river, out to the south branch. I'm going up the south branch about a kilometer to get across. It's the first big hook as you go up, and then grab the trail system on the other side. So I'm going to stop here probably in about 5 minutes. A creek or stream I'm coming up to and fill up with water. Hopefully the rain doesn't get too heavy. So these old logging roads are really nice for traveling on because they're easy walking. You're not getting your backpack caught and everything, and no traffic back in here. They're not too overgrown, but overgrown enough that it feels like you're in the woods. And anyways, coming up to the next major brook where we're going to get some water. Not sure how I'm going to cross here. Feelings are that it might be water shoes, but we're going to take a better scout around and figure out what our best route is. It's fairly deep there, probably knee deep when I went through with the four-wheeler last week. There's some foam building up there. There might be a path across down there. Check it out without try not to fall in. Enjoy pumping water in the rain. Or filtering water, I guess. Slow going. Just reaching the end of the old logging road here and gonna make my way into the blaze section I did 4 or 5 days ago. Probably about 400 meters to the river and then up the rocky shore after that. So time to switch views and let's get going. So the first bit's not bad, but then we'll make your way down in embankment. But like everywhere else bushwhacking, it's not great, but it does mean this section here wasn't too bad. Once I get out to the shore, at the edge of the river, I can actually get down onto the bank, and it's all granite from there forth, so I just poke my way along there. But this is where we're off to. Well, everything's a little wet from the rain. Well, no, not bad. So just gonna keep on heading this direction. Here we are, reached the river's edge. That actually wasn't too bad going for bushwhacking, except for the last little section here. There's quite a few deadfalls. Makes it a little bit hard getting through, but now that we're at the river's bank, we're going to climb down here onto the shoreline and walk up to where my planned river crossing is. Made it down the bank. Now we're down on the river's edge. You can actually hike up the river's edge, up just around the bend. I think is where I'm planning on crossing. Anyways, we'll keep going until we get up there a bit. Can't video while I'm walking because it's too hard. I'll slip and fall for sure. This is an interesting section of the river here. I noticed hiking through a couple of days ago that there's a section here where there's a large rock caught up on the edge of the shore. And you can see that the high water levels must swish it around, and it's been slowly wearing a hole down into the bedrock. And I'm zoomed out here now. And just beside it, there's a little gully here. And you see the exact other thing. There's an actual bowl curved right out of the bedrock. Kind of perfectly round in there. Be interesting to go back and pull all those big rocks out and see what's down there. Maybe bring my gold panning pans and see if there's any gold. Anyways, pretty interesting area. Just gonna keep our way going on down the rocks around that point and then get ready to cross the river. Well, it's the morning of day 3. It's a slow start to the day. A little extra tired, extra sore today, but up and going. Slept in a little bit longer than usual this morning. It's probably almost 11:30 now, just packing up. Hope to be on the trail by 12:30. It's a beautiful day, sunny skies. It's probably 21, 22 already. I think it's going up to 28 or 29 today. But did a little spot here right beside, I do believe it's Whitney Brook. So the trail brings me down to where Whitney Brook meets the Sevogle. And a great little camping spot here. Easy to get to the shore and get washed up last night, but give you a quick look at the campsite and then I'm gonna start packing up. There's a road out there that I followed in last night. The actual trail I'll be bushwhacking through will be up the road a little bit further there. I went by it on the way in here, but this is as close to the river as I get. But I set up in here, put the extra tarp on last night because they were calling for a chance of thunder showers, but thankfully we didn't get any, so I didn't need it. But the only bad part is it traps the extra heat in, so it was extra hot this morning. So, but time to get packed up and get rolling. I'm actually right beside Whitney Brook. You see it in here. Slowly meandering by. I'm going to scoop down here shortly and get a fresh supply of water. Day number 3. Late getting down the trail today, about 1:15. Beautiful morning. I just thought I'd sleep a little bit, get rested, a little bit tired and sore. But you can see the trail I just walked up here. Now I'm just getting ready to head into the bush. So, reached the point where I got my flashings. Heading off through here to hook up with another road, and then I got another bushwhack after that. And then after that, I figure I'll be at probably Eastie Falls by supper time and cross, and I'll likely actually be out tonight. So we'll see how the day goes. Well, I made it to Eastie Falls. Been a long day, hot, probably dying, really hot. But now that I'm here, just gonna change into my water shoes and cross the river, and I think from there I'm 3 or 4 kilometers back to the truck. So actually looks like I'll be getting out at the end of day 3 rather than into day 4. But I'll give you a look around, beautiful spot here. So the trail comes out right by those white birch over there. The plan is to walk out to these sandbars in the center and go down to the very end of it and then make my way across there.